Hello, travelers. I am excited today because I want to hear about some of your Disney favorites. I'm going to share with you some of my Disney favorite movies and Disney favorite attractions at the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. But I want to hear what your favorites are and why. So I want to start out first with movies. Um, as far as my favorite Disney movie, a lot of people might think that it's one of the classic animated films, or some of the newer, films that have come out. But my favorite Disney film of all time is The Princess Diaries. So this came out right around the time that I was, in high school, and it was just fantastic. It had everything that I wanted. First, it took place in California, so there was warm weather. Second, it, was this kind of geeky girl that wasn't good at sports. She was very artistic and she, ran to the beat of her own drum, Mia Thermopolis. So I just loved it. It was one of the first movies that I ever remember seeing Anne Hathaway in, and I think she did a phenomenal job. Um, and if you're not familiar with the story, it's about a regular, ordinary girl who finds out that, her father was royalty and she's actually a princess. Um, and Julie Andrews is also in it. She plays the grandma. And it's just awesome because you can really tell that, she has the ability to make her own decisions. She can decide if she wants to stay, a regular citizen in San Francisco or if she wants to move over to Genovia and, do what it takes to become a princess. There was a follow-up movie to it several years later, that was awesome as well. Just loved it. Great songs, great storyline again. It's just one of those movies that I love. It's my favorite Disney movie. Also helps it was written by one of my favorite authors, Meg Cabot. So I've read all of her Princess Diary book series. And then when Disney decided they were making the movie, oh, it was perfect. I love it. It's a great movie and I will watch it any day, anytime. So that is my all-time favorite Disney movie. Now, if we want to talk animated movies, the runner-up would have to be Wreck-It Ralph. I enjoy this movie so much. It, combines the pastime and nostalgia for the 80s videos games and 90s video games with modern day technology and Ralph trying to make the bridge between the two. And um, it, is just really great. It's also got some great songs in it. Love the comedy that's in there. And then it has one of the most underrated princesses in it, Vanellope von Schweetz. I love that little glitch. She is just adorable and, again, beats to her own drum, doesn't fall into stereotypes. It's perfect. So Wreck-It Ralph is also really high up there for me. So if you haven't seen any of those, go watch them now. If you don't like them, don't tell me. If you love them, I'd be happy to chat with you about them anytime. So those would be top favorite movies. I want to hear what yours are because maybe I forgot about some. Maybe I need to add some to my watch list. So what are your top favorite Disney movies? Let me know either by chat, send me an email, send me a text, let me know your favorite movie. And let's move on to favorite rides. So I narrowed this down to just rides at the Walt Disney World Resort because if I added in the other parks, you guys might get tired of me talking just a little bit. So favorite rides, I'm going to go park by park from newest park to oldest park. So we're going to start at Animal Kingdom, which it's not a ride, it's an attraction. It's actually the Festival of the Lion King show. This show is phenomenal. It's been going on since the park opened. I will say right now it is on pause as they figure out how to do it best from a social distancing standpoint. But it has music, it has dancing, it has acrobats, it has like wire, I'm going to call it something wrong, but like people flying by wires, and audience participation. So all this awesome stuff packed into like a 20-minute show. And it's kind of like if you took a Broadway show and shortened it down to like 20 minutes, that happens in the park multiple times a day and is just awesome. I could watch that show 2 to 3 times a day and find something new to look at each time, learn new lyrics to the songs, learn the hand motions to the different dances, and just, totally enjoy myself. So Festival of Lion King at Animal Kingdom. Uh, Next, we'll go to Hollywood Studios. So Hollywood Studios, number one for the longest time was Toy Story Midway Mania. It brings out my competitive side. It brings out my love of video games because it's a ride that you play through and you're competing against the person next to you as well as the cart. And then they have like highest scores by the hour and by the day and by the month. So you can see, how your scores compared to others. So it's really great for that competitiveness. I'm always finding new like tips and tricks and how to, trigger higher point targets to come up and how to hit them. So loved that for years and years. I will say it is moving into second place because Rise of the Resistance, whew, 20-minute experience of a ride, just fantastic. If you want to totally escape Earth and reality for a bit, Rise of the Resistance where it's at. The technology, the storyline, the attention to details in that ride is just phenomenal. And I can't exactly call it a ride because it is an experience. It is like attraction with several different ride types in it. So it is awesome, fantastic. So moving on to Epcot. My favorite Epcot ride would have to be Soarin'. I have loved Soarin' in both of its iterations, the Soarin' over California, Soarin' around the world. The technology that it combines, that makes you feel like you're flying, that you're on like a hang glider type of thing is awesome. The video with it being, on the big wide screen that curves around you, fantastic. And then all of the different things that they put into the attraction. They move your like suspended benches just right so you feel like you're flying, and it adds all this extra energy and everything to the experience as you're going over these different destinations. And I will say my favorite scene right now is when you're flying over the Polynesian islands. Whatever scent that they blow in at that point, it smells like a fresh ocean breeze is just, oh, it takes me there. It's like automatically I'm on the beach. So Soarin', favorite Epcot ride, hands down. I'd love you to bait me on that one. And I'd love to hear what your favorite ride is and why. So we finish up with the Magic Kingdom. So the Magic Kingdom, the, park that's been there the longest, it's coming up on its 50th anniversary. There's so many things to choose from. And I had to think long and hard about this one because picking a favorite attraction at Magic Kingdom, it's like those parents that are, say they can never pick a favorite child. It's just hard to do. So I'm going, my favorite attraction, Haunted Mansion. It's a classic. It's been there for super, super, super long. It is a great, relaxing dark ride where you can cool off from the heat. I love that when I go on that ride, there is something new that I see every single time. So you go through different rooms in the mansion, and I swear that they're constantly changing and adding things. I know that they aren't. Well, I think that they aren't, but maybe they are. But, every time that you go through, I see something different, especially in the attic scene. That's one of the newer scenes. I can just find and see something different. So going on that ride while, the general ride is always the same, I can always pick up different things and learn something new about the ride. And, it's got just the right amount of spookiness for me. I don't do a lot of spooky, as many of you know. So Haunted Mansion, top ride, Magic Kingdom. All right. So you've listened to a lot of my favorites, my favorite movies, my favorite rides and attractions. I want to hear from you. What are your favorite movies? What are your favorite attractions and why? Should I change some of mine? I could be swayed, with a good argument, I could be swayed. So I would love to hear from you, whether you drop a comment, send me an email, give me a call, give me a text. I want to know, what is your favorite ride, favorite attraction? So I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will chat with you soon. Bye bye.